Okay, you guys, I totally forgot to film an intro this day, so we are just jumping right into this video. This is my beautiful friend, Christina. She has long, dark, amazing hair. She hasn't colored it in a few years, so it is all virgin for the most part. So we are just going to be highlighting it and adding in some sun-kissed dimension, and I'm going to show you guys how to do this without doing teasy lights. I have done a few teasy light tutorials, and I wanted to show you guys how to do it if you're not a fan of teasing the hair, or if you just wanted to eliminate that step. So as you can see here, I'm doing pretty baby lights. I'm keeping them really fine sections. I'm going up 2 sections in the back on diagonals, weaving out my baby lights, and then I am applying my product. I am using the Framar embossed foils to do this. And here you can see that I am just taking my brush, feathering upwards, not going into the root, but making sure that it's a nice even blend, and then saturating the ends really well. As you can see right here, I start lower in the hair and then feather up, and I'm almost doing a V shape. You saw that I was on the left side, then up on the right side, and then just blending it together in the middle. So it's almost like you're doing a hair painting, but it's in a foil, so we're gonna get better lift.
Looking past my reflection, thinking about what you mentioned. It was supposed to.
I am using Schwarzkopf Blonde Me, and we are using this with 30 volume. I usually use 20, especially for my blondes. That's my go-to, but with darker hair, I like to have a little extra lift, and her hair is healthy enough that it can handle it. Plus, we do have that bond enhancer in our formula. So we are using the Schwarzkopf with Blonde Me, 30 volume, and it's giving us such an incredible lift. Look at these foils already. It's only been on about 10 minutes at this point, and it lifts so, so well. So I just have a few highlights that are right in front of her face higher up for some money pieces, but then the rest of her hair is just those normal highlights that I feathered into the root. Okay, so now we are just at the bowl, and I am combing out her highlights. I put a maxi wash on her hair, shampooed with that, and then now she has Olaplex sitting on her ends, and I am using a wet brush to detangle, and then I am using my Sam Via comb, parting down the middle and then combing out. This is the best way I like to tone, just because I feel like the toner and the root smudge and whatever you do goes on easier if the hair is all combed out and worked through. She lifted really, really well, you guys. You'll be really impressed. Obviously, it's a little bit orange because that's just what you get when you lift dark hair, but I'm really happy with the result we got, and it lifted really evenly, which was nice. And that is definitely the perk of working with virgin hair. Right here, I am just toning the mids. So this might seem like it's a root smudge in a sense, and yes, I am touching the root, but I'm mainly trying to focus on blending that root in with where the highlights start. So it's really more of like a mid toner, so root to mid, and then we're going to be toning her ends differently. And this formula is a 4N 6NA, and I am using this because the 4N is going to be our N to keep it a little bit neutral, and then the 6NA has a blue base, and so it's going to help cancel out any warmth.
Nothing on our loving, maybe time told us that we were different. Did it break you down? Staring at the ceiling, fighting off a feeling. One more minute, 'cause I just.
And you guys probably know this by now, but I always like to comb through my root smudges. And in this case, like I said, it's my root to mid. So really combing it through is going to help it all blend together really nicely. And then I'm going to lean her back after 15 minutes of that sitting, and we're going to tone her ends. Now for her ends, this is what I wanted to talk about mainly in this video, because I feel like, especially me being a blonde specialist, whenever I had to do brunette colors, I really started to struggle because Sorry if you guys can hear that in the background. My dog is making the weirdest noises. Anyway, so I felt like I really struggled when it came to caramel tones and lifting brunette hair. I just know blondes so well, and this was something I really struggled with in the beginning because it was just a little different. So I wanted to go over this to help you guys. So when you are toning dark hair that you're lifting out and you get those orange tones, a lot of times our first thought is to immediately go to ash tones to correct this, and we really want to get rid of the warmth, so we put all these ash tones in. And I get that, and I do that too, and it's totally fine, but we have to make sure that we're not adding too much ash where it's going to look muddy and flat and silver in some areas and then orange in other areas. That has definitely happened to me, and through trial and error, I have discovered that always basing your toner with an N is what's going to help it make it look most natural. So determine the level she lifted to. In this case, I would say she lifted to about a level 6. There was some 7 in there, but I thought it was mostly a 6. So I used a 6N, and that was just our neutral tone. And then I did a little 6NA, and the new NA series from Redken Shades have a blue base, so that was going to help kick out some of the warmth. And then I did a little 7P, which is a pearl, and that's not so blue. It has some violet in it so that it helps it make a little more pearly and not so blue. And then I also did a little bit of 6NB, 6GI, and 7T. So I have a combination of neutrals, warms, and ashes in there. There's enough ash to kick the warmth, but there's also enough neutral and warmth to make it look really rich and just beautiful and yummy. And now we are going to be using the FANOLA No Yellow Mask. I love this stuff, you guys. It has a blue base, as you guys can see here, and it really helps just kick out any remaining warmth and coat the hair really nicely, adding moisture while toning. So I am doing that as a final touch. And then as you can see here, we finally have her styled and curled, and it looks so, so beautiful. She hasn't had her hair done in years, and this was just like the perfect thing that she needed for fall. I hope this helped you guys in some way. I know that brunettes are something I struggled with in the beginning, like I had said before. So if you have any questions, please feel free to DM them to me or email me or just however you want to get a hold of me and ask. But if you also have any tips and tricks, please leave them in the comments below as well. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Have a great day.
To how I used to be.